should be working now. I don't know what's going on. I didn't even do anything. I just unplugged everything and plugged it back in. So I think it's working now. Please let me know if it is. Is it? Anybody? Good now? Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for messaging me. Hey, you know what? If there's only a little bit of technical difficulties right here, then I'm okay with it. Yeah. Well, let me see. Gosh, nothing. Yeah, you guys, it's been one of those fucking Mondays, I think. I don't know exactly what is going on. I unplugged everything, and then I unplugged everything from the computer, and then I just plugged it all back in, and now it's working. So, who knows? Who knows? Anyway, so let me do a little giddy up reset. Let me go to the top here. What do we got? All you hear is music. Okay, yeah, good, awesome. Not at all. No, can't hear me. Shit. Love it. Yes, now we're back. Thank you, everybody, for you guys' patience. Let me start off. Let me start off. Is Mike okay? Am I coming in loud and clear? And how's that little music in the background? Is that overpowering me? Let me know. Let's see. Number one, what I was saying in the beginning. This little episode here is going to be, lack for better words, I had 3 people that were asking, that said that they wanted to come on and talk, right? Just to kind of talk about themselves a little bit, right? The things that you're going through, the struggles that you're going through in your life, and how we're dealing with stuff. Also, maybe get a little bit of insight from me, right? Maybe my point of view about it, maybe a little bit of advice. They are not coming on now. Jay Ryan, I know, is out. He's on his little world tour, or his USA tour. And I sent him a link to see if he wants to come on. It's totally cool if he can't make it or something happens. So we'll see, right? It might just be me tonight. You don't know. Myself and a little bit of badass motherfucker affirmations. We'll do that in a little bit as well. But what I was saying in the beginning, before I rudely interrupted myself with silence, is that in this life, right, in the things that we have going on, I think that we all have this commonality in the last 20 years where everybody likes to blame their past for the things that they're struggling with in their life, right? Like how you were raised is now who you are, and what happened to you in your past, whether it be something horrible, something little, whatever, how that makes you become who you are today. And I've had this realization, and I've kind of gotten over the idea that we aren't who raised us. We're not what we went through. We aren't the kind of people that are defined by our surroundings, right? How much money we have or anything. If you want to be who you want to be, then you need to make it happen, and you need to take accountability for everything that has happened to you. And once you do that, right? Because life is hard, but it's also beautiful. So like we have to understand, like there's always going to be these ups and downs throughout your life. But like the most important thing that we need to do is we need to focus on that hurt, and we need to focus on like we know we're going to hurt and we're going to suffer from that, right? But if we focus on the lesson from that hurt, then we're going to grow, right? There's such a few amount of people that are going to tell you anything like this, which growth, it hurts. It fucking hurts, right? Becoming the best version of ourselves, I think, comes with saying like a lot of goodbyes to the people and the things around you, right? Like sadly, like the only way for some people to learn to appreciate who you are as a person is to lose you as a person. You have to stop like bringing these people around, right? Like toxic people in your life, people that tell you can't do it, people that question everything that you do, because you keep them around. Why? Because you're lonely, right? You're lonely. You don't want to be alone. You don't want to be left alone. You don't want to be your only friend is yourself, right? It's really fucking uncomfortable, but you have to do this to be able to grow as a person. So the pain that you are going through and that you feel right now, today, tomorrow, that's the power that you're going to feel in yourself when you are changing who you are as a person without anything or anybody around you like fucking with your vibe or fucking with who you are as a person. And I'm glad I'm saying this on a podcast, because I actually started to believe myself during that, thinking that I'm like, okay, I'm actually saying something worth listening to for once. Troy, however we are, apart to all whom we have met, everything that we've seen and experienced has shaped who we are. However, we each have our own brain to make decisions and react to the aforementioned. Yes, correct, right? Like, as a collective of people, you get into a group, and if somebody walks into that group and says, I have no idea who did this, but it's somebody here. Everybody, even if you did it, everybody's just kind of look around if it's horrible, right? That's kind of like the norm. You don't want to be the person that did it. Maybe it's an embarrassing thing that you don't want to, everybody to see or know or whatever it is. But when that comes to things in our life that are important to us, like our family and our friendships and ourselves, especially ourselves, right? Like, I can look at a friend and I can be super fucking nice to a friend, and I can be polite, and I can tell a girl she's beautiful, or tell a guy, dude, you're strong, like fucking, like, good for you, and that baby's cute, right? Tell an old person they look young. You can give all these compliments to people, making them feel good and doing these things for other people. And then when you go home and you look in the mirror, the first thing you do is think about 10 negative things about yourself. You think about the things you want to change, you need to change. You have no idea how to change, but you're not starting. You don't do it because it's hard. People realize when something is hard that it can be done tomorrow. I'm going to start that tomorrow. I'm going to wait till New Year's. New Year's comes. I'm going to wait till next New Year's. Next year is going to be different. Everything is the next year. It's the following thing. It's the next week. It's the next day. Like, when did we start procrastinating our own lives and our own health and our own healing to be who we want to be, but actually be who we want to be today, not tomorrow, and not waiting for somebody else to do it, right? Like, for us to attract better people, to attract better, period, around who we are, we have to become better ourselves, right? You can't do the same things and expect change. You have to transform how you think, your mindset. You have to upgrade your habits. You have to think positive. You have to be hopeful. You have to have consistency in your life, with, like, how you evolve and what you're doing for yourself. And it all starts with only yourself, with only you, and how you feel about yourself. So if you feel like shit, if you feel shitty about yourself, you're not going to change that at all, right? It's all about making this I'm gonna stutter over myself trying to say this. It's all about making the decision today to change who we are right now. It's not about how to excuse what happened to us yesterday and to excuse the way we are today because of that. And it's definitely not productive to put it off till tomorrow, because there aren't many tomorrows left. Every single time you say that, I guarantee you there's somebody that you know, or somebody that you love or care about, or something that is finding out horrible news that they may no longer be here tomorrow, or the next day, and it sucks. But what time like the present to just do what we're going to do right now, right? Kind of talking a lot. What do we got here? Hey, sorry, let me go back up. Jennifer, how's it going? How you doing? Roger, what is up, my brother from the UK? Roy, New Year's resolution. If it's important enough to make a resolution, it's important enough to start today. I love that, Troy. I fucking love that. That's exactly encompass the entire thing right there. What is happening, Jessica? How you doing? Here we go. A lot of people need to have a burning desire to accomplish something. Take, for instance, weight loss. As I know you have been on your journey yourself, that is tough to get going. Until you actually begin to see the results, it's difficult. Once the results begin, it can fuel you to keep on the path because you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and whatever you're doing is working. Oh, my butt. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you. And here, I'll tell you this right now. Yo. What's up, Winnie? Reminded me of Mikey when he turned around and saw everybody. Here's the thing to address this right here, right? That weight loss journey for myself, the fasting, the things. I know that weight loss for me has been increasingly tough the bigger that I got, right? And the one thing that doesn't help is when everybody wants to reassure me that I don't look my weight. You're just a big guy. You carry it well. You don't even seem like you're that much, right? Like the weight wise. And what would I say? I'm like, yeah, make fun of myself about something, right? Just kind of push it off and then ignore it. But when really I was fucking dying inside all the fucking time, every goddamn day. Wake up in the morning, take a shower, see myself, look in the mirror, see myself. I would avoid looking myself in the mirror. I mean, I think I went like a week and then I realized like I hadn't like cut my hair, like trimmed my beard up, and I realized I was just getting out of the shower and not like brushing my teeth and not looking in the mirror, like just brushing my teeth and looking down. That is how bad I was getting at being uncomfortable with who I was, right? And the results, like you talk about right here, right? You have to see the results to then feel like you're doing a good job at that, right? So I decided that because that is the hardest part for me with like weight loss, I decided to start making goals before that weight loss, before those weight loss goals, right? So like maybe your goal in 1 month is to lose 15 pounds and you're going to just fucking crush that shit. Instead of waiting for the 15 pounds, make a goal to do something before you get to that 15 pounds. So that way you have something to achieve before the thing that you're going to achieve, and then make the next thing that you're going to achieve after that. And if you hit the goals quicker, then fucking put that weight goal there. Boom. Hopscotch that shit to the next goal. You got the next weight goal. You just keep on hitting these goals. So for me, when I did the 72-hour fast, this fasting that I'm doing right now, doing like mild yoga and kempo and friggin' a little bit of kickboxing, movements. I'm not kicking a fucking wall. I'm not lifting a bunch of weights. I understand that my body isn't getting the proteins that it needs, but to do calisthenics, to do push-ups, to do sit-ups, to do these things that don't require me to do much energy is helping. And my goal is to achieve these little tiny number goals, to achieve these fasting, right? Like that's been a huge thing for me. To get through each day is a separate goal. To get to to get to under 300 pounds by the first of the year, did it. To start working out the first of the year and eating proteins and start getting, into it, that's what I'm going to do. So I have all these things that I'm going to do until then. And I built a warrior group. And I started this podcast because I wanted it to work for me. Like if nobody shows up through any of this, I still get something out of it. If one person watches this, I still get something. You know how hard that is for me to say? As I get emotional here for a second. You know how hard that is for me to say that I'm going to do this for me? It doesn't matter who else watches or listens or anything. Like, people started asking me to post how many hours I was at. I didn't think anybody fucking cared. I really didn't think, or I didn't really feel like it mattered if anybody cared. I just posted it because I wanted to see that. I can go to my wall, my Facebook, I could look at it and go, look where I'm at, and look where I'm at now. That, to me, those are my pictures. Those hours are my pictures. The idea of being able to struggle through something and get the support from the people that are wanting to support you but not looking down on you for the things that you're doing is huge. And I use the group and the podcast that I created to help myself, because I know that no matter what, I'm here to help every single one of you that either watches or is a part of the group or can't make it to the group very much, can't make it on the podcast, but they're still there and they still message me and they still reach out, right? Like, I'm still here no matter what. I will respond to you. I will make it an effort to be able to speak with you, like on a level of like one-on-one, not just like a have a great day, goodbye, like that kind of thing, right? In 2017, when Angie and I began dating, that's what attracted her to me. I was in the fuck everyone, I'm taking care of myself, and began eating right and walking everywhere. I lost 50 pounds and it was absolutely contagious. That positive attitude I had brushed off onto other people. She liked that I was being into being healthy and taking care of myself, and that quality is sexy, male or female. It is, right? It feels good, and it makes you feel good emotionally when you're around people that are positive, that are doing their goals, that like want to help you do yours. And like, I started to realize that the more I was around that, the more I wanted to be like that. I was tired of being by myself in my friggin' place and huddled up in a corner, like just trying to hide from everybody in the world, trying not to look at myself in the face. Like, it felt like I was alone all the time, and I knew I wasn't, but man, did it feel like that, right? Because you are worth it. You are seeing your worth. You are 100% correct. And I'll tell you what, that was very eye-opening to establish a feeling, an emotion for myself, right? Like, people were asking me, like, how did you start like wanting to like just focus on you? Like, what made you want to just focus on you? And I started writing things down, and I don't know them all 100%. I think I got like a bunch of stuff, but number one was like to accept the thing that tries to break me, right? In my life, my youth, growing up, the way that I grew up, things I had to go through, my sister dying, like being on my own, like things like that, like not having a place to live is huge, right? And so you have to accept that. You have to accept all these things that happen to you that essentially tried to break you or did break you in a moment, right? But you also have to but you got to like forgive, right? Everything in your past. Like, you have to forgive everything that happened. You just don't forget the lesson. And people are like, I'll never forgive this person. I'll never forgive this from happening to me. I'll like never forget this. I'll never. Okay, awesome. Like, that's great. Like, don't forget it, right? But you have to forgive it because it happened to you. So that part that you're forgiving is you. You're forgiving yourself for that happening to you, and then you are learning from that lesson, so that way you can push forward, right? Then next, you have to build discipline, like just like muscle. And this discipline, this is where I'm at right now. This is that part that I'm at right now. Is I'm building my environment, right? So I am building this discipline within myself by doing this fasting, and I'm upgrading my environment for myself. So that way, the things that are around me, the things that are happening to me, the way that I treat other people and the way that they treat me are exactly where I want it to be, right? I'm setting these new goals and I'm going after them. That's the next one. 1, 2, 3. So that's six things. So next would be, okay, so next would be, after this, don't look for any kind of like a closure, right? Like, you have a problem with somebody, you have issues, you have all these things going on in your life, like create it. Don't look for closure. Don't be like, I need closure, I need this. Fucking create it for yourself. Create the closure for yourself, right? 7. That's 7. So next one would be to learn. So your closure, there's a pain from that you're trying to learn from that. So learn from that pain, right? Don't drown in that pain. Don't drown in that emotion. Don't drown in that feeling that you have that is making it feel like you're sitting here treading water and you're drowning and you're doing it, and everybody's over here and they're on the side, and instead of throwing you a life preserver, they're describing the water. They're telling you what you're drowning in, right? Like, don't fucking wait for that shit. You learn from that, but don't drown in that, right? Become the person that you need. Or become the person that you needed before, and then the person that you need now. So become the person that you needed in the past. You needed to be a certain version of yourself to not go through all that fucking bullshit. Be that fucking person. Don't grow from that, right? Learn from it. Make it a lesson. How's it going? How you doing? Nice. Got to take him for a walk. Jen, how you doing? How is Jen today? Dude, you're preaching to the choir. 14 years of posting a daily vlog every day without fail on YouTube. I didn't have the biggest audience after I stopped vlogging Halloween on the props haunted house every day, but I did learn to vlog to the audience you have, not the audience you want. And if you're doing it for yourself, the interested is more deeply vested. You're doing great, my friend. Keep on doing you. Thank you, brother. Man, that means a lot, Troy. Seriously, brother. And I appreciate anybody just coming on here and watching. It's just coming in here and just hanging out, right? Listening to me ramble on about stuff. Having this. I need some water. Okay, I really don't need water. Too much lemon. Ugh. So the things that I'm trying to create within myself, and because I had 3 people, technically 4 people, not show up tonight, I am kind of improving here. I really didn't have anything planned, and I wasn't really going anywhere with this because I was just going to be talking to people, so I didn't really have that structure. Daughter, have a hug. I know my daughter was sneaking in here trying to be quiet, but I told her that I need a hug, so I need her to give me a daughter to dad hug. No, it's always been there. Love you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Love you. Yeah. Say hi to everybody and say goodbye.
What's everyone typing paragraphs?
Because we're talking about good stuff. She's like, why is everybody typing in paragraphs? She's like, never mind, that was just Troy. But I love you, babe. Every time I tell my daughter I love her, she always says, I love you more. But no, anyway, I was trying to talk because I got some people messaging me too, and people have mainly with this fasting have talked to me about this, like having this self-control, right? To be able to do that. Like, how do I do that? How do I have that self-control? Like, how do you do it? Like, what are the things that you do? I don't do anything. I don't have something special I do for this fasting and for the weight loss and the things that I'm trying to do. Like, if you know me as a person and you know where I was and you know where I came from when it came to my sister passing away, up until this moment now, this has been 18 years. And if you knew where I was, self-controlled, there was a reason why I was overweight. I didn't have that self-control. Now with this, the self-control that I have is my strength. So somebody can flex their muscle and then lift something from that muscle, right? But without this muscle, you can't even do that, right? So I was going through these motions and I was doing this stuff and I was never building strength. I was just utilizing what I had already, right? Depleting it, being tired all the time, right? So like that self-control, that is your strength, right? The calmness that you have to relax, to not have that anxiety or that sadness all the time, right? You can live there for a moment, give yourself 5 minutes and then move the fuck on. Because that calmness, that's a mastery. To be able to do that and to have that self-control at the same time, right? You have to get to a point where your mood doesn't shift based on the insignificant actions of someone like that is affecting you, right? Don't allow those other people to control the direction that you're trying to move in your life. Don't allow like your own emotions to overpower like any of your intelligence when it comes to anything that has to do with your self-control, your strength, your calmness, the things that you're mastering in your life, like, do this for you, right? Don't do it for anybody else. And who's the most important person that you can do this for? Yourself. Don't do it for your fucking kids. Don't do it for your husband or your wife, right? Fuck your kids. Fuck the people in your life. Fuck everybody around you. Like, fuck them. Don't worry about any of them. You know why? Because the moment that you do all of this for yourself, everybody gets taken care of by default. If you're struggling every fucking day trying to give somebody 10% or 15%, imagine what it's like when you have 100% for yourself. You give everybody 100% all the time by default. You don't have to worry about that at all, right? I mean, here's a hard truth. Here's a hard truth for everybody. Let's see what you got. Ready? Here's a hard fucking truth. That if you were going to wait until that you feel better to start living, you might be waiting for fucking ever. So start today. Go and live your fucking life. Do it sad. Do it anxious. Do it uncertain, right? Healing doesn't always come before the experience. Sometimes the experience is what heals you in that moment. So don't wait to start feeling better, right? Just start living your life, because all this bad shit's gonna fucking happen anyway. So you got to get through it, right? It's like running. If you decided not to run because there's a puddle in front of you, if you decided not to run because there's a little bit of a hill, because there's a divot or a rock in the fucking road, if you didn't do that because of those things, you would never get to run, right? Because they're always going to be there. They're always going to be in front of you. Nothing's going to be perfect. So just fucking go through it. Pass those things by. Worry about them when you get to them, and live your life. You never have to struggle with that. I'm sure my daughter said hi back. If she was here, she would definitely say hi. Troy writing books. Troy is writing the paragraph. And you guys feel free to message. We have 15 people in here, and it's hard to believe you guys are all this quiet. You're looking good. You definitely can tell in your face. You like that? My jawline came back. I lost my double chin too, or triple chin. I don't know how many chins I had, but I had a lot in that moment. I don't talk about it too much, but I have been going through a horrible child custody battle with someone that has borderline personality disorder. There's one thing that I've learned is that I will not let her control me. If someone makes you mad, they have the power over you. This is a strong conscious decision of reaction that you have a choice about. The choice is always yours. This is 100% correct, right? When people say this person made me mad, I always tell them, you made yourself mad because of the situation you were put in by somebody else. But the accountability is still your own, right? Everything that happens to you, I say the same thing with words. If I say fuck too much to somebody, I'm just like, I'm fucking sorry for saying it more than you can handle, but you're still gonna have to fucking deal with it, because I'm not gonna fucking stop saying fuck, because it's one of my favorite fucking words. And that's just the thing, is it doesn't have to be a negative. The word fuck is just a fucking amazing word that can be used as an adjective and a verb and a fucking noun and everything. Yet we use it, and it's somehow derogatory because society has given it to us. Like Troy said, right? Don't let somebody else control you, right? If someone makes you mad, then they have the power over you, and they make you mad. They don't make you mad. You're allowing yourself to be mad because of something they're doing, right? Thing I'm doing is making sure my kids have a better childhood and an upbringing that I had. Exactly. See, that's awesome. That's amazing. And everybody should do that for their kids, right? Just don't make sure that you're sitting in the fucking back seat while they're fucking getting that ride and having the things that you didn't have. You got to make sure that you're sitting in that front seat driving, and they ain't talking, they're listening, they're learning, they're doing the things you need to do, right? Cooking and listening. Double trouble right there. Look at that. Doing two things at once. I don't know. I can't do that. I can't even type and talk. Here, just very distracted, communicating with other people. Well, then don't be here, Shauna. Jeez, go be with the other people. You don't have to be on the podcast hanging out with us. You got people that are there, and communicating with them. Friggin' give them your attention. You were good. You were a common podcast person. Doing squats and listening. Oh, awesome. Doing squats and listening. I love that. That is freaking awesome. Let's see here. I had this thing and I pulled it up. It's like a picture, a screenshot that I did. So it says, my therapist told me, learn to calm your own storm instead of venting to other people. It sounds therapeutic to let it all out, but you're just reinforcing your negative thoughts. You can't expect your partner, your family members, your friends to always be in a space to receive your negative energy. It's no one's job but yours to pull you out of your own shit. Journal, meditate, exercise, and release, and let it fucking go. I thought that was pretty amazing. That was pretty cool. I also, by the way, have a treat for you, ladies and gentlemen here. I have somebody backstage that popped in. I just got to figure out how to work my own damn screen. First it's the mic, now it's this. It's my Goonie and all-time brother, Jay Ryan. How you doing, my man?
I can barely hear you over the music. Is the music on my side, or is that everybody?
That's probably everybody, but everybody was saying it was good. Hold on, let me do this.
Oh, good. Well, then don't change it for me.
No, not at all. Not at all. Here. I got somebody to talk to. See, I love that Goonies one. I had one in a black. Yeah, I had one in a black, and now it's too big, but it was too short. So regardless of how I put it on with weight loss, it's still a half shirt.
Yeah, how do you feel?
Amazing. I am, I would go grab it right now, but I did it the other day. I poked 2 new holes in my belt that didn't fit when you met me. Wow. So when I measured on there, it from the belt where I use to the starting point of where I could have used, if I could even use that belt, but I couldn't because I had one that was like 2 inches bigger. So I just used that one because I used it at the end. It is 13 inches. I've lost 71 pounds and 13 inches since August.
That's ridiculous, man.
I know. Still,
I'm at the point now where I'm like, you should probably eat something. As long as you're doing fluids and taking in calories and stuff, like I'm not one of those people who's like, you're gonna die. Consult a physician. you know what's going on with you.
No, your body. And here's
you seem to be functioning very well.
Right. Yeah. Right. So here's the thing. I tell people, I go, so this is 32 ounces, right? And I do this with water or some ice. I usually get it down to the point to where it melts. I do 5 of these a day of the 32 ounces, right? So we're doing good on the water. I'm a pretty big guy still, so that helps. I do 8 ounces of broth once, and then do 8 ounces of broth again. I usually do a black chai tea. Now the broth doesn't have, that's got sodium and stuff. And I usually do some extra salt in there too to get my salt, but that's not enough protein. So what I do is I have half a serving of the protein that I have. So instead of doing 2 scoops for like a meal replacement shake, I just do a half of that. And what
into the broth?
Not into the broth. I do that usually blended with just I put a little tablespoon of honey and blend it up with a couple ice cubes, and that's it. Just make it nice and cold, right? I get the carbs from the honey. I get the protein. I got the sodium from the salt. I got lemon and water. So I've got plenty of fucking lemon water. And then if I do get like a little bit of a headache sometimes, which has only happened like 3 times, as I do black chai tea with lemon and honey, and that's it. Other than that, there's a couple of vitamins and pills and things I take that the doctor said to take. That was it. And monitoring, I got my little thing I put on my finger. I got the things that I do for my testing stuff, and then I just relay.
What's the finger oxygen level?
Yeah. So just trying to do that and making sure that everything is all copacetic and just taking my own vitals type of thing. But I do I do it over the Franciscan medical fucking whatever it is, like a Teams type thing. But I do it with the doctor over that, so it only cost me like $20.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's nice. It's kind of like doing a doctor visit, only they ask you the right questions. Okay, do this. Here's what you're getting. I tell them what I'm doing, and then they tell me you're doing it wrong or you're doing it fucking great. So, and when I say I did it wrong, I had to add some vitamins and a couple of other things. Like if I'm not getting the iron, so I had to start taking some iron pills, right, for that. So just trying to be as proactive as I can. And then when I told him the detox weight loss drink that I make personally with the ginger, turmeric, and everything, he was like, okay, I need the recipe first. And he goes, but that is a great drink. He goes, when do you make that? I said, I go once a week. And he asked me how I made it and stuff. He goes, okay, that's smart that you get all that. He goes, how does it taste? And I go, little spice, little sweet, little good, little, I mean, fruity.
You probably get used to it like anything else, right?
It's really flavorful after all this water. That's all I can think. So, oh shit, here we go. Let me go back up. Let me do squats, text, shoppers, Texans.
I am coming to you from Danbury, Connecticut, by the way, tonight.
Danbury, Connecticut, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So now let me get through some of these because I want to ask you a little bit about your tour, brother.
Okay.
On the treadmill, Kelly, good job. Kelly did a 72-hour fast. She's gonna do another one. She got a treadmill, so now she's making a conscious effort to do that. She's dropping Dr. Pepper. Like she's been giving me kind of like the play-by-play and the things that she's doing, which I think is awesome. Troy says, Jay!
That's hilarious. Hello? Hi. Look at this. Here comes Coraline. We're at her house.
Hi, Coraline. How are you doing?
This is Dustin. What's going on?
I was going to get some pajamas.
Oh, yeah? All right. Well, we're all going to watch you.
Uh-oh. Gonna watch the pajamas.
Yeah.
Rain says, hi, Jay.
Coraline is named after... Oh, hi, Rain. Coraline is Coraline after Coraline.
Oh, really? After the movie Coraline? Or
What are you doing in there? Rain, what are you...
Oh, that's hilarious. There was a cat in the closet the whole time. Boy, that's funny.
Let's see. I've been through this a long time ago. I had another kid who is now 20. His mom died 10 years ago. And
oh,
his grandma
no.
wanted custody. Went to courts, won full custody.
Wow.
Left him with his grandma for a few months as he had then left primary school before he started high school and thought I was doing right by my son to not move him school for 6 weeks. She moved 5 to 6 hours away with my son. By the time I took her back to court again, they decided to allow her to have full custody. I hate hearing things like that because it is that moment where you're trying to be somebody like a good parent and it backfires in a sense, like things like that, man. I'm sorry to hear that, Roger.
Me too.
You should sport your new belly shirts at the 41st. Yeah, I'm hoping by then it won't be a belly shirt. It'll just be a blanket on me. Because so my undershirts that I used to wear are like triple extra large undershirts, right?
Oh my God.
And they used to be tight. Like I could barely tuck them in. And then all of a sudden I start putting them on. And I'm like, holy shit, like it's all bunched up. And I'm like, this is such a fucking great feeling. Laying back down, keep listening. Nice. Gotta keep listening. Come on now. Did you say Coraline? Yes, he did.
Yep.
Get it, Kelly. Exactly. Good job, Kelly.
Coraline is my not blood niece.
You're not blood niece?
Yeah. Well, now she sounds like a euphemism. Like my best friend from childhood's daughter.
Mm.
We're not actually brothers, but we're like brothers.
I know exactly how.
Somebody 30 years, like your family.
I got one that was a picture of me. Him and my sister were born like 2 weeks apart, a year after me. So I've known him 45 years.
Same exact thing.
Yeah, it's so funny.
She asked me to put her to bed last night, which is, she says her prayers, she says her gratitudes, and then she reads me a story. And I was like,
that's awesome.
I'm in. Of course I'll put you to bed. Let's do this. I want to hear what you're grateful for and who you're praying for. I'm into it.
Yeah.
And then the moment she was done and we said goodnight, I was like, I'll just lay here for a minute. I passed out. and then the dad came in and took this picture much, much later last night.
Oh, that is awesome.
Isn't that funny?
It. Oh, dude, tell me
Uncle
that
Jay
wasn't
passed,
just
and then that's the
peaceful.
cat, of course, is in there too, right in her lap there.
That is awesome.
Uncle Jay.
That is so cool.
Oh, by the way, I'm wearing my Astoria shirt too in that picture.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
That was for Rain.
Man, that's one thing I'll tell you. I am going to be excited to do is to start being able to buy some friggin' shirts and actually wear them. When I got
You're
6
be
pairs of shirts
sizes soon.
Yeah, I got 6 pairs of shirts that were. My problem was being a bigger guy. I get the width. It was the length. Nobody has, and to cover the belly, you got to have the extra long. Nobody has extra longs and shit.
Well,
like
but
that.
you're already also 7 feet tall, so like you need the length anyway.
I prefer 6'12".
What you're 6'5" though, right? Legit?
Yeah. And being that 6'5" at 370, I mean, at one point in my life, 270 seemed to be a little bit heavy for me at one point, which it isn't, right? But in my head, I thought when I hit 270, I was like, man, I got to start losing some weight, you know. And now to think how great I feel at 298, 97, something.
It's amazing, man.
Has been fun, man. I'm like, dude, next time I see Jay, I'll be able to give him a hug and he'll be able to wrap his arms around me and actually give me a proper hug. You know? That's something that my daughter says. She does this thing and she goes back and then she pulls me into we waddle while she's hugging me, and she pulls me into the bathroom, and then she turns, she goes, look, and she shows me how far her hands are away from my back, because before, when she tried to hug me, she got about this far and she couldn't get her hands around, and then now she's pulling them away and she's interlocking, and now she's doing this and stuff, and I'm just like, makes me feel good that she is invested in wanting to show me that stuff as well, you know.
Yeah, it's also just crazy. Like, what an accomplishment.
Yeah, man, still got a long road to my birthday, April 9th. Hopefully that's my goal, to be 260.
Wow.
That'll be fun. Yeah. So now tell me, I want to know, okay, you're there now visiting best friend, brother, family, but you're obviously not just there doing that. You are, I want to hear more about the
I'm
trip.
on a big, also, I think it's funny that you're talking about health and everything, and how you're on a fast and you're doing all these great drinks, and I'm having sprees and Red Bull.
It's sprees. Hey, well, lucky for you, I hate friggin' Red Bulls, but man, I do love me some sprees.
Well, I'm not a fan of the regular Red Bull either, but this winter edition is Fuji apple and ginger, and it's sugar-free, and it is delicious.
Yeah, I could probably get behind something like that, though. Regular Red Bulls always make me feel like I'm drinking melted down sweet tarts. It has that weird... It's super sweet.
So this doesn't have that. That's where the sprees come in.
Just the balance, right? Just the... Now it tastes normal. Totally I like how you got the sugar-free, too, and then you got the sprees, the balance, right?
Yes, I'd like a Big Mac and a Diet Coke. Like, whatever.
I used to love that. Can I get 2 double quarter pounders with cheese and an extra thing of fries and an apple pie and a Diet Coke, please?
Yeah, side of mayonnaise and a Diet Coke.
Yeah, exactly. 2 mayonnaise. But yeah, tell us about
man.
this.
No, I'm on a big USA Grand Tour. I left Los Angeles, where I live, on October 13th. As you know, today is now December, and I'm in Connecticut. I just spent almost a week up in Rochester, New York, just outside of Rochester, with my in-laws. I know you, and probably, you know, our little crew here knows my story that, you know, I was married, and oh, hi, Troy. Great to see you. I'll be out there to see you soon. We'll talk about that, because we're all going to try and get together. Hopefully you can make it too. But anyway, my wife passed away last year, and now we do this this grand tour sort of as an homage to her, and as a little tribute. And it's an excuse to get me out of my little bubble in Los Angeles and see some people and get some sunshine and windshield time. And I need it. I mean, you know, since we talk about mental health on this, like, this is one of those things that's really good for me. You know, in LA, I'm still living our old life, and I'm not ready to say goodbye to that or anything, but it's tough on a daily basis when she's not there to do her part, or just to, you know, to tell me that everything's going to be okay on a bad day or whatever, you know? So the windshield time and the getting out and getting around the country is really, really good for me. And at this point, this is the first year we get it sponsored each year by somebody. And this year and going forward, it's Mobile One, which I am just like, I still can't believe it.
Dude, and I'm so happy partner for you.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, the money.
When you said that, and then I saw your post, I was like, dude, that is like awesome. Like, I couldn't be more thankful for you that happened in that moment. And then to see it when you on your post, to see it, you're like, I don't know how this happened, but like, it happened, and I know why it happened. I mean, you're deserving of that when it comes to the things that you do, and there is no other valid reason than why you're doing this that somebody wouldn't want to go, let's document this. Let's let this man do this thing, because you are bringing this positive energy, and you're bringing this amazing trip, you know, that you're going on. You get to bring everybody with you, and I think that's freaking amazing, man.
Well, it makes it more fun for me, because I used to do this sort of thing with my wife, and so the whole point of it, you know, she's not here anymore, so this is the closest thing, going with all of you. And because we always used to do everything with all of you anyway, you know what I mean? We had this little like Instagram audience and YouTube, friends, and like, our little, I don't know what you would call this, our little digital family, right?
I'll tell you what it's called right here.
Okay.
Here, look on the screen for you.
Hey, you guys.
What's up, B? How you doing?
So I got to talk to you. I'm going to text you tomorrow, and I'll find out when you're going to be in Astoria, and I'll work it around then. Because I know you were planning on, this is to Bayman, but to you as well. I know that we were talking about New Year's, and I was talking about Christmas, but like whenever you're going to be there, I'll just work it around then, because I miss everybody. I miss what, is going on in Astoria, Oregon these days, thanks to Bayman and Liz buying that house. I feel like they are reinvigorating not just the town, the franchise. Like it's really crazy what can happen.
I think Bayman's getting sick of me thanking him all the time for buying the house, because it truly is one of those things that like it was life-changing in a way when you get an opportunity to meet Bayman and Liz, to see that house away. Man, it brought so much of us together that we didn't even know we needed each other until that moment. Like being able to meet Dave and having like you and me and Dave and and Daryl, and like you just keep adding the people and stuff. It was
yes. I agree with all of that, but then it's the timing of what we were all individually going through when we all met, which everybody was something. And to me, that is the Goonies of it all. Bayman and Liz bought this house and they're doing this awesome thing, but then they attract these people who then we all had this experience, and it was at the right time, like when we needed it. You needed it emotionally. My wife had just died. I needed new friends emotionally. Like I needed that experience, and it's changed my life, because here we are, less than a year later, and I know who Rain is. I know who you are. I know who, we have this little, I don't know Marcelo, but we're going to work on this.
He's got the Ghostbusters Ecto 1. The Goondocks Ecto 1. Yeah.
Him and we talked quite a bit. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. It was actually kind of cool talking to a Ghostbuster guy who didn't know me. And that sounded like a dick thing, but I just meant like, usually if I go check out an Ecto, they're like, wait, didn't you?
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, especially like I'm still saving up my money for the Batmobile, bro. I mean, ever since you said it,
$3 million, I can put you in a Batmobile 1 year from today.
See if I got enough time to get this.
1.5 gets the paperwork done. This is to Bayman too. 1.5 gets the paperwork done, and we get your order in, and then the other 1.5 is done upon delivery.
Did you hear that, Bayman? It's our time. That was the perfect time. I'm gonna need to borrow 1.5 million. I'll get you back like next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Put a down payment on a Batmobile.
So the mobile one of it all is crazy to me, because it was a pipe dream, right? They were too big for me. I didn't think we were at this stage yet. But then when you factor in, like, I've always loved the brand. I love Mobile. My father-in-law worked for Mobile Chemical for 27 years. It's crazy. I've used Mobile One exclusively in my car since 1996. This sounds like a commercial for them. It's not.
But that's a fact.
I'm so grateful. And then we're going to be doing a lot of other stuff going forward. It's not just our trips. That was sort of like me reaching out about the trips was the toe in the pool, dipping just to sort of get a temp check. And then now 100% spot on. And then now we're going to be doing other stuff together. So like, I'm just really, really excited.
Dude, I'm so excited for you, man.
Once we get the check, it'll feel real. Right now it's like it's real on paper, but I haven't received the money yet.
But once that happens, then it's solidified, man. It is solidified.
Yeah. So I'm not giving it back, right?
There you go. Hey, do you take a word for the 1.5 million borrow right there? Do you take IOUs through the word? Don't worry.
I think these days this counts as a VeriSign.
Put Goonies across the side of the Batmobile too, just like my truck.
I think this counts as a VeriSign. I think him saying it here in print. I think you're good.
We got 19 people in here. Perfect. Awesome. Bayman, don't worry. I'm going to come pick you up. I'll put a tiny little Kansas sticker on the back. Huge Seahawk one on the other side.
So you're all doing Christmas.
It'll be December 31st. I'll be down the morning of December 31st, and I'll be there till the 4th for that whole time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Down there, and then I may be down there with Richard and Zay in like around the 19th of December, but that might just be for a day. I think right around then. No loan then. Okay, I'll paint the whole Batmobile red, and then I'll just put a big old Chief sign on the side of it. If I get to drive it, that'll be worth it. Just if there's any Seahawks fans in here, please, I didn't say.
The good news is on the Batmobiles, I think because they are only limiting it to only a few, and they'll never do it again.
Yeah.
I think that this would actually, like, if somebody did have, some fucking, excuse my language, some big roller worth $3 million for a toy is reasonable in their world. I actually think it is a good financial investment because of the way movie cars have been going the last 5 to 10 years.
Seriously.
Replicas go for more than what originals used to go for by about 5 times now. So it's kind of incredible what original stuff or a fully authenticated stuff, like this studio built stuff goes for. So like, it is probably a really good investment. It's hilarious. I'm like trying to talk you, like act like you're really getting a loan to buy a Batmobile.
Dude, honestly, I mean, if you talk to the childhood Dustin right now, childhood Dustin would literally be like slapping the shit out of me going, we can talk to these 5 people. We're going to figure this out. Dude, that was
hilarious.
I like the spotlight on you right there.
Did you see that just happen? Like literally nothing changed. One of these lights just got super bright for no reason.
I was about to say, it literally looks like somebody had a flashlight on you and they were like, you know what?
But I'm alone in this room. This is their guest room and like workout. Like there's a sauna in here. They call it the Zen room. It's like just to hang out and chill. That was weird.
That was it. I like how when it happened too, you did this like you looked over like, what is going on? Why is this getting brighter? Find me a buyer and I'll start cracking them out.
Went back down.
Yeah, dude. Maybe it's a voice activated. You're saying a certain word.
I'm not saying anything. You're doing it.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro, I am excited that you're going to get an opportunity to be able to get by Astoria at the same time as me, man. It's going to be freaking awesome, man. I appreciate you even putting that together. It's kind of like
every other visit where like somebody says like, oh, and if you can make it for so-and-so, that'd be great. And I'm like, okay, but I probably won't because, whatever, I'll get there when I get there and whatever is. And then the last 2 times, it's worked out that like I do end up being there at the time that's necessary because my schedule worked out that way. So this may just be another one of that. Oh, your wife is in the room. Whitney, bless you for that. My wife is in the room. She's with me all the time. And I know that's a weird thing for some people to understand.
No.
I believe in all sorts of things that I never used to believe in these days because I've seen some shit that I hadn't seen yet.
Mm-hmm.
And experienced it and lived it. And she's definitely with me.
I've had a lot of those.
The previous times I've done this trip, I took her ashes with me. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Like she came with,
literally
came with me in my backpack behind my seat. And I didn't do that this time because she's been so present in my, I don't know, what would you say, in your mind, in your consciousness?
In your soul?
Yeah. Like our spirits are chatting. Yep. I'm still in my meat suit, and she's not anymore, which is a bummer. But somehow we both have transcended the fact that that's a problem for us. And while we can't, hug and I can't look at her face, thank God I've got a million pictures of her, so I can still look at her face.
I was about to say, yeah, dude, there she is again.
She's very, 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 very much with me and guiding me these days. And things like Mobile One, that's her caliber of, like, that's her league.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't my league. I was a producer and I did some really cool stuff and worked with some amazing people. And I've got a pretty cool story, but hers would blow mine out. Like she sunk my battleship the night I met her. So I don't know what's going on.
Oh, you said she sunk your battleship and she just showed you again.
She was like, "Goddamn right, mister."
Yeah, she was like, "We're good. The light. You don't need the light anymore right now. You understand."
Anyway, Whitney, I appreciate you saying that because I really do fully believe in that stuff too.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's funny too, like you said, you carrying her with you, carrying her ashes with you, to have her close to you, to feel that and stuff. And then there's that moment that you realize that, like, there's that moment that you heal from this one thing to heal from the next thing, and you realize in that moment, like it's almost like you don't need that physical of anything left anymore because
do you understand? The truth?
Yeah.
The truth is, I had a conversation with her before I left and asked her if it was okay. I was like, look, I feel like we are closer than we've ever been because of this crazy direct connection we have. And it doesn't make sense for me to drag some freaking dust that isn't you anymore when we are already at this correctamundo. I know you think I have a switch here. I swear, there's nothing in my hand.
No, because I'm right there with you. I didn't used to do that kind of stuff and believe that kind of stuff, and I'm telling you right now, this conversation is making that happen.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. I love hearing about Nicole. I missed it.
I clicked on that by
accident.
accident.
Like I knew her as well watching your stories. Oh, that's amazing, Rain. Thank you, because that's the goal. That's the goal. I don't want her spirit to die. You know what I mean? Like I'm not. I'm still married to her in my mind. You know what I mean? People have a hard time with that one. They're like, "Why aren't you over it yet?" You know.
It's not about being over.
It's not that crass, but like,
yeah, we
didn't break up.
Yeah,
I'm still in love with her. I'm still married to her in my mind. So it's very, and the fact that like I've got this kind of crazy direct connect, and we're still kind of chatting here and there when necessary, especially when I need her.
That
I don't know. It's hard to describe unless you've lived it or have that experience. It's hard to describe.
That's not hard to describe.
Not weird at all. I love your story, Jay Ryan. I think the way you are honoring her is so beautiful. Thank you, Jennifer. I get chills when you talk about her. You can feel the love, and she's definitely feeling it too. Oh, I may start crying because I hope you're right. That's my wish. My wish is that you both are right. I miss her so much. I talk about how we're connected, but like I miss our old life so much.
Dude, I
selfishly miss even the last few years of it when her life was hell, but we were still together and I could still make her laugh and see that smile and hear that infectious noise that would get anybody to. I mean, she could literally get an entire room laughing just because she smiled or something.
Dude, I love that, man, and it just we had a great conversation, about this kind of stuff, and and like you bring up and stuff like that, when we're talking about Nicole, and we're talking about my sister Kelly and stuff, and the connections. I had people once tell me, they're like, what, like, I get it was your sister, and like there's just, I get it, like there's a certain idea that people think like this isn't your child, this wasn't like your husband or your wife or something like that, it wasn't like, my sister. I get like that's also hard to believe as well, for somebody's emotional state. But for me, like I used to talk about this, my sister, like she was my soulmate. Like we were like we were the same, like we could have came out of the same womb. Like that's how we felt towards. She would call me brother, I would call her sister. That was it. Like there wasn't like, let me fill this void, let me feel how to heal. Like I've never healed from it. It's the void inside of me that will never be filled ever, and I don't need it to. I love living with it now. I didn't love living with it then, right? And then when you and I kind of started talking about both these stories back and forth,
getting real,
a lot of things, getting real with it and stuff, it's such a weird emotion, especially between two men, to get like this, because usually you get one guy and then maybe somebody else, but two guys that we didn't grow up together. We haven't been friends the longest time, but man, we built a very quick connection, and we built a very good brotherhood when it came to this kind of stuff. And man, there was one post you had about her, and I was just like, man, I just said on there, man, I was like, I can't wait till the 41st, and I can give you a hug, bud. Like, cause like thinking like, okay, we're going to be at the 41st, and you said it'll be before then. And I was like, I hope so. Right. And sure as shit, here we go. You know what I'm saying? Like this, what I need and what you need. And in this moment, man, it's the reason, man, without your inspiration for a lot of stuff with this podcast and stuff. I mean, you were the first one to kind of start telling me, you're like, you should do this. You should do this. It was like,
I mean it.
First show you were on
today as much as I meant it then.
And it meant a lot.
You're in the right place. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing right now, and I feel like you're just following your intuition. You're going where you feel like you're drawn to go. What makes you feel good inside your gut, in your ear, in your heart here. This will think you in circles. It's important, but it's not going to lead you where you need to go.
Nope. It usually leads you where you don't need to be going.
Almost always. If you listen to it, almost always, you're right, because logic gets involved, and the stuff that we're talking about is not logic based. This is like divine intuition, divine. I don't know how to describe it, but it's not just an idea. Inherently inside you what's right and wrong, and what's good and bad. And when you're just following that compass instead of like, oh, I got to do all the different stuff, you end up in a different place. And
yeah.
back to Bayman, like he lives his life that way too. You know, and he believes things are possible and then makes them so. And I think that's what you're doing.
And man, what a great person to follow from when it comes to that kind of stuff, like you're saying, you know, because there are those things like, you know, you look to people for certain things in your life, right? Like you want that person that you know, like is going to run up and give you a hug and they're going to be so happy to see you. And you need that person that you can go, I can cry on that shoulder. Or you need that person that's going to bring you into reality and they're going to smack you and they're going to be like, fucking stop, you know, and you're like, okay, shit, I get it, right? And like, you know, meeting you, it felt like this understanding of like we know each other, like we kind of like I know you, like this feels familiar as a friend.
The souls were a connection.
Yeah. Bayman, I was introduced to Bayman that day up at the house by Mario and Dave were standing there and they're talking to Bayman because they knew Bayman. I was just a guy who gave him a coin a year and a half ago before that. And then Mario was like, "Hey, by the way, this is my friend I just met, Dustin." And Bayman literally goes, "I know Dustin," and he just gives me this big hug, right? And it was just in that moment, it just overwhelmed me. In that moment, it was at a time where I didn't feel like I was in the right place. I didn't feel like I should have been there. I really didn't want to go on the trip. I wanted to, but I didn't really end up really wanting to.
You had some less than syndrome, some imposter syndrome going on when I first met you that I feel like you were slowly shedding.
Yeah.
As you become the you that you've always been inside.
Trying to be the person you think everybody wants you to be and then realizing you're uncomfortable.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Let it go. Yep,
yeah. And I was like uncomfortable going, why am I so uncomfortable doing this thing? I was like, wait a minute, this isn't my thing. That's why it feels uncomfortable. My parents were together for 50 years until his passing 3 years ago. She misses him every day. I can't imagine my life without my soulmate, Angie. Every time I hear about your wife, my heart goes out to you so much. I will never say I know how you feel, but I completely feel your pain. Nothing but love for you guys.
That's Troy, thank you so much. You guys are amazing.
Jennifer says, my gosh.
Oh man, yeah, I'm sorry.
All of us glued.
So that's the truth. Anytime I talk about her, that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't talk about her without getting real. So when somebody asks a question or, you know, when I go there, like we we all feel together. Mm-hmm. Losing a sibling, Dustin, is just a different kind of loss. You lose family, but you lose your ride or die too. Wow.
Right. Which is, yeah.
And in this case, especially you said she was your best friend.
Oh, but we did. When we were younger, this is the funny thing too, is I tell people all the time, I was like, I got in trouble all the time, all the fucking time. And everybody used to always think like I would torment my sister or like I was like the one that would like whatever, you know, and I got in trouble for everything. What people didn't realize is, and my sister did know, because when things would be done, my sister would she'd come up to my room and give me a hug and she'd be like, sorry. And I'd be like, no, it's okay. Because every time my sister would do something, I would take the blame. And they didn't, my parents, I just didn't want my sister to get in trouble. And I didn't like my sister to get hurt or anything. So I didn't want her to get spanked or yelled at because of the way she felt afterwards, even though she didn't care if I took it, right? And not that she didn't care, but she understood afterwards why I did it. And then after a while, it would be like a fight for the blame. It was sort of like, then now she realized. And for me, it was just, you know, you want to take care of your siblings. And she was my younger sister. I wanted to protect her from everybody. And you know, I'd always have that one or two friends every now and then. It'd be like, hey, so like, how old's your sister? Like, fuck off. Like, that's it. Like, you can fuck off right now. Like, no, I'm sorry, but you'll never be good enough. So she gets to pick and no, I'm not introducing you. Because my sister's smile was
same kind, right?
People would go to the diner or it's called Pickwick Drive-In in Fife. Been around for, I feel like, a million years. People knew my sister from there. They're like, you ever been to Pickwick? They're like, mm-mm. They're like, you know that little burger joint down in Fife? They're like, oh yeah. So yeah, Kelly, she works down there. Like fucking not a family member, not a friend, not nothing. Just they knew her. She was at the front taking orders, like big smile, like, what can I get for you, right?
And she was what you remembered about the place.
And yes, and every time when I go back, that's the thing I remember. I get people still to this day that'll go, hey, you're Kelly Johnson's brother, right? Because that's how everybody knew me. I was always her brother, but then every other time was like, you're Dustin Johnson's sister, aren't you? So that's why we just called each other brother and sister.
Oh, so you really weren't actually related?
No. We were, but we just called each other. We never called each other by our names. No, that was
hilarious.
that was my only true blood sibling, like both of our parents and stuff. But but I would never be like, hey Kelly, hey Kel, and she would never be like, hey Dust, hey Dusty, hey Dustin. It was always like, hey brother. I just knew where she was, and I'd be like, sister, and she friggin' come running. She knew exactly where I was at then, right?
Hey Brad Tyndall, so you carry your father and now you will carry your mother on every trip you take. They're both going to go with you to Astoria in February. Let me ask you about that. I understand the concept and the reason. I understand all of that. My curiosity comes into logistics, physical logistics. Are we talking about the entire cremains? Are you even talking about physically? Do you mean that, or do you mean emotionally, mentally? The reason I say this is because, like, Nicole weighed about 87 pounds when she died. Like, she was only 5'4", and she had MS, so she was fully atrophied anyway. And then, at the end, there's just not much to your physical form. So
yeah.
But I was amazed when they delivered her box of dust to me, how heavy it was, how dense this tiny little plastic box that has no weight whatsoever. So it's all of the whatever the contents. I was surprised how heavy it was. So even though it was in a backpack and it's, I'm happy to do it. I carried her physically around when she was, 100 something pounds, and she was 140 when we met.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like, I didn't understand why I was doing that anymore, Brad. So, because I felt like she was with me physically. Now, when my grandmother died, they gave me a tiny little thing. They separated her all up for the Yeah. So if we're talking about that,
I think so.
Maybe I understand.
He's taken. I don't know for sure, but I know I'm going to be meeting him down there in February. And he is, I think, going to be taking her ashes to leave her down there, right? But I don't know if he does have something that has anything.
Well, no, I mean, apparently he's going to keep.
I have remains in the small urns. Okay, I'm having Judith will be placing a portion of the ashes in a sun disk.
Oh wow, very cool.
Mm-hmm. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's really cool, man.
I know.
The small urn thing, that makes sense to me because it's easy. You just put it in a pocket or in your in your luggage or something.
Emily says hi.
I'm confused about the time difference. I know you're on the other side of the earth, but is it 12 hours difference?
16 or 17. I think Sydney is like 17. So I want to say tomorrow morning, Emily, it is at like 10:43 or 11:43. Correct me if I'm wrong.
She's enjoying tomorrow right now while we're still
she's living in the future, and we're back. I
just watched Paul the other night. You ever see Paul?
Yes.
What a great movie! But they're jumping on if you think about it, it's kind of like time travel,
right? Almost 2 there. Okay, so 7:00 here would be 2 there, so it would be noon-ish when I start the podcast, or so on noon 30. So crazy.
I'm glad Emily got here. Emily, scroll back a little bit and see what we were talking about, because you were brought up by a friend of mine who doesn't know you the other day because they read something that you wrote on one of my posts, something, again, Nicole related. I wrote something about Nicole, and you said very kindly and beautifully how you liked hearing about her, and you felt like, basically everything we were just talking about. But then I was trying to describe you to my friend, saying like, oh yeah, she's a friend of mine that I don't know, have never met, I've never talked to. Like, really, I know other people who know her, like you.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, I feel like I know her. But she's a doctor, right? Emily's a doctor in Australia, which is what I told my friend. But I don't know what kind of doctor.
I believe the mental kind.
Okay.
That's as far as I know about it, except
you're hilarious. You're like Peter Venkman. Well, I have PhDs in psychology and parapsychology.
As far as I know, I want to say between her and Murph, I believe a lot to do with, I think, the mental awareness to the therapy, that kind of stuff, I think.
I just knew she was an actual doctor, so it's not, she's not like just a therapist or a psychotherapist. She's like a psychiatrist or some sort of
something at that level.
She uses her brains, unlike me at my job. She already made one with my father. She will be making one with my mother and another with both my mom and dad.
Wow, beautiful.
That's friggin' awesome.
Good for you, Brad.
That is friggin' cool. I never even thought about doing that. What's up?
No, go ahead.
Oops.
I was curious where Brad lives, but it's not
North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Surprisingly, with everybody, that comes from out of town and things like that, I actually thought about, I was like, okay, well, I'm only 2.5 hours away from Astoria. So that's an easy little drive. So there is, Michael Christopher. Do you know Michael Christopher?
Of course. I love.
Yeah. So I'm going to go visit, Mary Murph, Michael Christopher, and, let's see, Jason Music and, Brad, because they all are out there in like North Carolina. So I want to do my best, save up some money and take a little trip and just go out there and be able to visit with them in their place instead of having to wait till people come out here. Cause I feel like I'm a little, got a freebie. 2.5 hour drive to friggin' Astoria is nothing. So when people
it's
are flying
easier for you
in,
than pretty much all the rest of us.
Yeah. So I'd like to get a chance to actually, go and hang out with other people and stuff like that, where they live and stuff. Oh, here we go. I'm a family physician, general practitioner, but I do mainly women's, children's stuff, and most of all, mental health. And I tell everyone I have a friend, Jay Ryan, too. Never met him, but I know him.
Hilarious. Yeah.
Isn't that funny though? How that I get people that when they ask me, they're like, the Emily, she commented on your thing. She lives in like Australia. They're like, how do you know her? And I go to Australia like 2 times a month. And they go, wait, what? And I go, yeah. She does this VRBO down there for me, and I met her through that. They're like, wait, you go to Australia? I'm like, I'm fucking with you. Sorry, the sarcasm. I thought it was thick, but it wasn't thick enough. But I'm like, no, we're Goonies. Like, that's a lot of how I've now explained stuff to people, and they go, what? And then when somebody goes, what does that mean? I go, well, how long do you got? Because it's a little deeper than what you just think about the movie. It's a whole different way of life. It's a different feeling. It's a different family. But I was like, if you want to know, and there are a lot of people that now watch the podcast and are on the podcast and that are feeling that Goonie family vibe. And I think they would have doubted ever feeling like that. When you're coming to visit me, Emily, I told you, Daryl and I talked about that on the podcast about trying to take a trip to Australia and coming down there and meeting the right family and not the wrong one.
If we can figure out a reason to do it, maybe you could get it sponsored.
Jeez, that would be friggin'.
Because I don't know if I ever told you this, but the idea for the reason I got Mobile One, my pitch to them was, the car has been to all 48 of the lower 48 states. And this year I wanted to tell that story. And then I'm 48 years old. And then next year, 49, I want to go through Canada and then cut up to Alaska to hit 49. And then the next year, I wanted to go around the country and then ship it or fly the yellow car to Hawaii to get the 50th for my 50. So, and they love it. So they're in. So like Australia is not that far off if we're talking about this sort of thing. Like
seriously, man.
What's
and
the
I'll tell you what, I think I've had so many ideas just go out the wayside trying to think of what I could do for, not to get sponsored necessarily, but kind of get sponsored, to have somebody be like, you got a great idea. Let me go ahead and front the money and you do the work and that kind of thing. Right.
That's all we need.
And man, I look at Emily's like, come down. Let's go. We're going to get the yellow car. We're going to put everything on the other side so we can drive.
Yeah.
I would, Emily, I seriously, Australia has been, I want to say it was my first bucket list destination ever when I had a Australian foreign exchange student back in the day, and we became like best friends. And back in the day, when somebody goes back home and you don't have long distance and there's no cell phones, there's no internet type of feel, right? You just, all of a sudden you lose touch. And I always thought it'd be great to try to reconnect with him again as well. We played basketball together almost every day. And he turned me on to Vegemite, and ever since then I was just like, man, I want to go to Australia. He made it sound so cool, but then he came to
Vegemite,
Washington.
The spread, the stuff,
the spread, what is it, like the
I mean, it's actually good for you.
Yeast extract or something like that. Yeah, I love it. A little bit of butter and some of that, and I like the salty. So
You do it
Crazy
on
how
toast?
many people
Like
call
on
it-
toast
yeah,
or cracker?
on toast. I actually liked it on English muffins.
Mm-hmm.
Give it a good amount of butter on English muffins, super crispy, and then put some Vegemite on top. Everybody be like, "This is gross," and I'm like, "You're gross." Like, you don't like it? I don't care. Oh, look at Emily says, "Bring that Porsche down under."
Yeah, I mean, if somebody pays for it, I'd love to. Why not?
Right? It's crazy how many people I call friends that I've never met since Dustin started his podcast. I was at the 40th, but I'm looking forward to meeting everyone in person by the 41st. Funny that most of can say that. Let's see, we were all there in June, but just going to meet a year later. What's funny is a lot of us were there and weren't aware of who we were until after, which sucked because we probably were right next to each other and things at certain times. Like, and Jennifer, I got a chance to meet her. I met up with her. She bought some of my Goonies merch, and it is kind of funny too. Like when I tell people too, like, yeah, oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm over here at Troy's, and they're like, who's Troy? And I'm like, the Mama Fratelli Jeep, and they're like, oh, Troy W. It's so funny because I'll say Troy W because it's in his name for like Facebook and stuff too. And I'm like, yeah, they're like, and then I took a couple pictures while we were driving around and stuff like that. And they were like, no way, dude. They're like, you know everybody. I'm like, I live 15 minutes from him. So I'm like, it's not like I traveled here to really see him, from another state or something like that. No need to read this. Got to get out of here. Much love to you all. Thanks for a great show. Troy.
Good job, Troy W.
Right.
I saw that he just winterized the Jeep, and that's going into storage, I guess.
Yeah, or it's like he has it covered up. He covers the Jeep, then he has it under a carport canopy type thing in the front yard and stuff like that. But man, I could only imagine, man. I remember my old Cherokee, and I had an old Wrangler and stuff like that. I could only imagine this time of year, especially. I used to. There's a reason why there's a plug-in inside your Jeep. People will be like, why is your Jeep plugged into the wall? I'm like, that's to warm up the engine. They're like, seriously? And I'm like, yeah, seriously. It would keep it so it wouldn't get cold and shit like that.
You had a heater coil. That's cool.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh, here's a picture, Brad. Let me pull this up. Go through like 9 different things. There's got to be an easier way. And here. So that's what he had. That's his dad.
Oh, yeah. So that's what I was talking about. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother's in something similar, size-wise.
Yeah, so that is pretty small too. I've never
So driving around the country, this is so
oh shit.
whole thing that won't make you cry, but like driving around the country with a big heavy thing. It was like every single night in the car, out of the car, into the Motel 6, out of the thing, into the whatever. It just I was like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? What am I doing? I wouldn't take it out of the backpack and put it on the desk every night and look at, I wouldn't do any of that.
Yeah.
So I'm literally just lugging around
just carrying it around.
Yeah. And it just
but
good night, Jennifer.
That was also for you though. Like she was with you. There wasn't a reason to have to pull her out. There wasn't a reason to be like, let me sit her here next to me while I eat. What's that? That's my wife. You're like, okay.
Right.
Would you like another napkin, sir?
Right.
I mean, that was to have you. I never had anybody pass away that was cremated or that I at least knew of, in that sense of like, knowing somebody that passed away. If they did get cremated, they were still buried, like maybe with their remains. But I never had anybody that was close to me that was, and somebody asked me, they're like, would you get cremated? It's like, I'm different. I was like, I want to be put on a Viking ship and I want an arrow to be shot out and I want to burn in the ocean like that. And they're like, seriously? And I'm like, I don't know. If somebody was willing to pay for that, I was like, that'd be great. But I was like, probably not. Maybe just cremate me and then put me in a little boat, make it look big, and then shoot a little tiny dart at it or something. I was like, I don't know. Vegemite, Emily. So wait, Emily, if I'm Duzza, would Jay be Jezza? He has no other letter, so it's hard. She like Daryl's like Dazza, and I'm like Duzza. It's like this kind of a nickname, and the way that she says they kind of, I guess give an abbreviation to the name in a sense, or a nickname.
By the way, I don't know how to say that. Irie.
I like an I. She told me it was like an I, like Irie.
I totally agree. I am so beyond grateful. Like I say, when the check clears, it'll be real. Right now, it just still doesn't seem real to me. I
Right.
can't believe it. I mean, having a sponsor is amazingly cool, but one of this caliber, like, it's just a big deal. It's a big
Yeah.
deal.
Oh gosh, it's a huge fucking deal, man. I mean, I'm proud of you for being on this, pushing that, and just getting that. I mean, you just like I said, you deserve it, man. And I love that that they're doing it because they recognize that. You know what I'm saying? Like if they didn't think that you deserved it, they didn't like this idea, they weren't a part of that, you know. And I think it's awesome, brother. I wish I could be right there behind you on my friggin' Harley, just like, let's go, let's fucking go. You know,
we can plan that trip too.
Oh yeah,
it's all about just having the idea and the follow through, right?
Yeah, definitely, man. I would love that.
Emily said she's got to drive now, but much love to us all.
Yeah,
just keep being you, because you guys are all awesome. Right back at you. And then Emily, I don't think I got to meet you either. I think I'm 41, I guess. Me too, 41.
Yeah,
there were so many people that
she's
like
staying with me for the 41.
We could have been standing right next to, and or eating, you know, at the next table in the restaurant, and just and didn't know it.
And didn't know. Emily
It'll be very interesting when we get back to 41, because like Dave's going to be a celebrity, you're going to be a celebrity. You know what I mean? In the way that Bayman and Liz have become celebrities because they bought the house. It's very weird how that happens.
Mm-hmm.
You know, well, it's Richard Bates, it's happening to Short Circuit House. He's doing killer work for next year's 40th reunion.
It's going to be friggin', and Sony picking that up is going to be, that's going to be awesome, man. It's like,
just like Bayman when I first met him. And we're sitting in the living room of the Goonies house, and he's telling me his idea, and I'm like, "It's amazing, it's crazy. I don't know how you're gonna pull it off, but it's amazing, it's crazy."
Yeah, I know.
Same thing with Richard Bates on the last trip. He's like, "I think we could do this, and I want to do this, and I want to do that." I was like, "Amazing. Let me know how I can help. This is all doable. This is real. Yeah. I love that you have gotten here. Let's do it." And he hasn't
I love being able to
anything. He's just trucking through and doing it. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, and dude, now Richard's he's like the ambassador of the film. Like for the film museum down there, or for Astoria or something. He's an ambassador for Astoria. Like he has a title down there, and I'm just like, man, well deserving. When we were down there for Halloween, it was just awesome to be able to go and just get some drinks and just hang. You know, here we are, just walking in. It was Patrick, Daryl, myself, Dave, Richard. Like, we're just having a good time.
Have you been over to his house yet? To the Short Circuit house?
Oh yeah, dude, it was so friggin' awesome. I love his collection and stuff. Yeah, we're just. He made me some coffee. We're just sitting there. I'm just looking out at the bridge. Daryl's flying his drone, getting some pictures. I'm just having some coffee with Richard. I felt like I'm home. I'm here in Astoria. I'm at the freaking Shorts. I'm like, I just felt like I was at home. Like there was no other feeling like it except for like, wow, I haven't felt like that in a long time. Everywhere I have lived, I haven't felt, even when I had a home, when my kids were younger and I was with my ex and stuff, like it still didn't feel like home. When I go to Astoria, when I was up at the Goonies house, when I'm at Richard's house, when I'm at my VRBO, it just feels like I'm at home. I'm like, and I tell people, it's a weird feeling to know that in a place you've never lived. That's the thing, but.
So why do we all feel that way? Is it because of the movie? Because I had the same experience and other people have the same experience. And now we're all just going to like try to move to Astoria, and we're going to raise property values because like all of a sudden there won't be anything available.
Exactly,
because all the nerds came to town.
Yep, exactly. We're gonna wean all the non-Goonies out. Let's see. Brad says you can tell, but the condition has been on every adventure. Yes, you can tell, because I was trying to read it, Brad, and I could not read what it said because you could tell that there was some definitely some gripping, some rubbing on there, some weathered time. You're bringing your dad out with you, and yeah, I've done that, bringing ashes with me, but I know that I needed that at the time, and that's true, right? Like it is.
So I think that was part of it.
It is part of the healing,
especially the first trip, because it was like the first trip without her.
Mm-hmm.
Because we did again, backing up. If anybody doesn't know, the first time we did do this grand tour, Nicole was alive. It was her last anything we ever did. It was her bucket list trip, basically, where we got to go all around the country and see things she'd never seen and people we hadn't seen in a long time and stuff like that. So like when she died, and then I redid it. Jay Rizza, nice.
That would be yours.
Yeah, love it. Thanks, Emily.
it just sort of felt like, since we're doing this tribute and I'm going to recreate the tour, it just felt like, oh, it's appropriate to bring her along physically, even just for the story of it, whether it was for my emotional state or just because like, oh yeah. And then he drove her ashes all around the country, Jay, you would have known if you were close to her. You
would have known if you were closer to Jay, I promise.
Yeah.
I might be a little late on this one.
Yeah.
Some of the ones when we start to talk and I go back and I'm like, shit, I feel bad because I don't know
you
what
lose
this
the context of whatever it was. Yeah.
Oh, yep, exactly. Home sweet home.
Yeah.
I see so many people say that about a story. It's true. And it is so true. I mean, I've been going there since, gosh, first picture I got when I was a kid was 87 was my first one in front of the Goonies house.
Oh wow!
And I've been every single year, no less than once.
Had no idea. So Rain lives up the street from the Goonies house, right? That's Rain. Okay, yep. So Rain, how long have you lived in Astoria? Are you always from there, or did you move?
Give it to us, Rain. Roll on June when us nerds emerge on Astoria. Yeah, so yep. Roger's coming in from the UK. Murph is coming in from North Carolina, and Emily is coming in from Australia, and they're going to be staying with me along with Walt, Daryl, Jason Music. So we're going to have, that's going to be my VRBO, which is basically a block away from the Goonies house.
I mean, dude, you're going to be a bunch of people in sleeping bags, right? That's a lot of people.
No, the way it works when you walk into the house, you go to the right. There's a room right there in the bathroom. Then you go upstairs. There's a huge bathroom, and there's 3 bedrooms that have a king and 2 queens.
Oh,
then
wow.
they have a full side. So then when you walk in, to the left there's a door. Then there's a wall in the kitchen, and then through the kitchen there's another door, and you can close them, and it's kind of like a family room. And what you do is she has like extra beds that she sets up before she knows people are going to go there. So that's going to turn into a bedroom for 2 people. So it works out to where everybody gets their privacy. We, easily for people with bathrooms. I mean, that'll be fine, right? But it'll be nice because we're all going to be right. We're literally, if the kindergarten cop school that's right there, when you come up from Judith's, the kindergarten cops school's on the right, Judith's is on the left. There's an alley behind Judith's.
I don't know what Judith's is.
Judith, down right before you go up the hill to the Goonies house. She's got the house that what Brad is talking about with you can see all the glass, and there's a bunch of Goonie stuff in her yard. She's got a fence. It's a bunch of stuff. You'll recognize it when you go back there. But she's at the bottom of the hill by the sign that says park your car here and then you can go up type of thing.
Okay.
And then the kindergarten cop school is on the right. Basically, the house is right there, right? Like up the hill from it. So I can see the Goonies house from right there, which is kind of cool.
Awesome.
So it's a great spot. She's I did the VRBO. It was like a year in advance before the 40th, and then it was just like became friends. She was like,
yeah, I remember this story. She's like, I'll just book it for you next year.
Yeah, she was like, if you want this next year, I said, I want this for the rest of my life. She's like, I'll black it out for you. It's yours for every Goonies anniversary. I said, done. Wow. Easy, and I'll be there 100%. So yeah, cool. We're gonna be rolling in. We're gonna be rolling in probably. Gosh, just in this kind of core group of people, I've already counted like over 60 of people that are like, hey, let's meet, let's be a part of this idea. And that's why I started that Goonies 41st and Short Circuit 40th, was to be able to have people connect with each other that were going to be going or thinking about going. And there's probably 20 people that got onto that group and then have now made it happen that they didn't think they were going to be able to go, that are like, you know what, screw it, they've already got a place, they got flights, like, let's make this work. So awesome. I think it's awesome. The more the merrier. They ain't taking my place to say, so I'm good with it. I say that all the time. I feel like Astoria is home. We drive through Astoria when we go to Tunnel Beach, which is a lot, 30 minutes out of the way just for that feeling.
Yep.
That's awesome. Please, everyone, move here. I love it. 15 years.
North Hollywood. Well, from North Hollywood. That's hilarious. I live in Toluca Lake. I mean, she knows where that is. It's Studio City, North Hollywood. It's all the same area.
Oh, right on.
Rain, what do you see how close I can get to the Goonies house? Do you rent rooms?
Right?
Because usually I stay with Richard at the Short Circuit house, but
Oh, this year's this next coming year, that it's gonna be a hard one.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to be up at the Goondocks, but I can't. Bayman has a lot of friends.
Well, hey, you can't find a place. Worst case scenario, but you could take the other side of the bed. I hopefully won't take up too much room, but I got a king size bed to myself. You got the other side. We'll build a barrier of love. It'll be okay.
We'll call it warrior something. Warrior overnight. Warrior.
The Great Warrior Wall.
Warrior pillow fight.
Well, exactly. But no, seriously, man. If you want in, you just let me know, brother.
Thanks, buddy.
What is this? I'm from Cali too. Central. Oh wait, whoops. That was his other one was for Emily. If you're anywhere around Emily, you would know it without a doubt. Yeah, you would know it. When I first rolled into town, I stopped to see Judith and met Emily straight off, which is funny because that's how I met Emily too. Is I was with my group and we wanted to go into an antique store that was there. And so we went, it was over by the underground side. And so we went there and we're like, cool. And I'm looking, I'm like, I know where to go. We're going to go to the Goonies section, right? So we go over there and I see Emily. She's kind of like the back of her head is facing me and she's right there next to like looking.
So you already knew her?
I knew her before because I had reached out to her 2 months before because she was having anxiety about coming from Australia, being by herself, not knowing anybody. And so I started talking.
Herself?
Yeah.
No husband or kids?
No husband or kids. Husband stayed home with the kids, and she's
the Goonie fan.
She's the Goonie fan. That's not his deal. And so he's like, you go have fun, you do your thing. And so when she reached out in the group for the 40th anniversary and stuff like that, she had gotten some people that reached out. I guess I was the first one that reached out, and I was like, hey, I got my group going down. You let me know. I'm there. You hang out with us. You contact me. You let me know. You're not alone. You're with family. Wow. Everything's good, right? And so that's kind of how we started building like our friendship and stuff. And we were in that vintage store and everybody's over here looking at some stuff. Oh, look, there's an Ewok thing. Oh, I remember that toy. Oh, look, there's some vinyl. Awesome. And I'm standing there and I'm like waiting for the girl over here by the case with the lady that worked there. And I hear Emily's voice. And as soon as I do, I look over.
All you need to do is hear the accent.
Yep. I look over and I go, Emily? And as soon as I said that, because we talked on the phone and she goes,
oh,
she goes, Dustin? I gave her a hug. It was awesome. Yeah.
Oh, that's so
but
great.
it was very iconic voice. She has a very thick Australian accent too. And it was funny to hear talking to the lady because I think the lady didn't understand what she was saying. She's like trying to point, like, I want to look at that one. I looked into Astoria first before I chose Olympia. Oh, you chose poorly.
Olympia is awfully beautiful too.
That's true. Let's see. I've still only bought a one-way ticket. No, I know, Emily. I'm just gonna message your hubby and just be like, when are you gonna come pick up your wife? Because she's still here.
That's hilarious.
Tunnel Beach. I still have to go to Tunnel Beach. Yes.
Yes, you rent rooms? Nice.
There you go.
Sweet. All right, sign me up.
I am addicted to a story, I'm guessing.
Well,
not yet. What is this? But we'll collect a gate. So I don't know what the gates are. What is that? I actually saw your car parked very close to my house during the 40th.
Yeah. So I every day I would park up like on that road because we were allowed to. Mm-hmm. And I think one day I was up past the bridge. It was one day I was way the frick up there. And I think that's where you live, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Like down and then like back up across or underneath that old ass bridge, right?
Yeah. I just remember that whenever she friended me and I like looked at her profile to friend her back or whatever, it looked like by the way, my memory is shot. Like who knows if I'm even right, but if that's who I think Rain is, she lives up there just past the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Is that what you think?
I think so too. Yeah, she was she was explaining it when we were at because she was at the house with me with Bayman and Liz and Daryl and
so you've all met
Halloween.
Already.
Yeah, so Daryl and I went to Coffee Girl, and she was with her friend at the table behind us, and so Daryl recognized her from Instagram, but I wasn't friends with her. I didn't follow her on Instagram or like Facebook or anything, so I didn't know who he was talking about. And so he said it, and then he goes like this and shows me, and I'm like, Well, my back's to her, and if I turn around, I'm just looking at her. I'm like, and I trust you, you know. So then Daryl got up to talk to her, and then after he got up to talk, I'm like, well, I'm not just gonna sit here by myself. So I stand up, and you know, hi, my name's Dustin.
Hi.
Yeah, Murph. Murph came on her own too. Oh, what was that one? Yeah, Murph. She came alone to the 40th as well. And then she's also coming like by herself as well. Same with like Walt's coming without his wife. Jason's coming without his wife. Like I'm coming without my wife. I don't have a wife.
Without my wife.
Oh,
Too soon.
you had to go there, bro. Motherfucker, I almost squeezed that. I almost squeezed out a tear right there. As soon as you said that, I was like, oh, look, my eyes are even glossy. Look at that. That's not the light. That's the moisture.
I'm learning how to live again. It's very difficult, but this trip, which has been difficult as well, is good for me.
I parked right behind your
car.
Right
behind your car. Carefully. That's hilarious.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. She said that's, yes, that's correct. So you got it right.
So probably because I probably took your spot because I'm the out of towner, just helping himself to the VIP parking.
Let me just park right here in front of your house.
Seriously.
Oh, they're a Crystal. Gotcha. Love how you pronounce it. What I will forever call them that now. A Gates. I thought you misspelled something, so I was like, Gates.
Agates.
Agates. Thank you. I was the kid that could sound out everything incorrectly. And then I would just speak on it all the time. PKOUs. Be like, that's because, bro. Like, oh, my bad.
That's a good one.
Let's see. Chris Lay shows found it. Yeah, I love that. And I love that people are putting in there and when people start to say things they like and things that they do, especially with the podcast and stuff like that, I think it's awesome how people start to connect in those levels that are not the Goonies, but because of the Goonies, they're like, wait, we like the same thing, or hey, how's it going? Oh, you like that too? Or it's like, it's just fun, man. I love seeing that happen. I love when people reach out to me and they go, hey, so you're friends with so-and-so. And I'm like, yeah. They're like, they just friend requested me. I'm like, yeah, they're good people. Go ahead. I get that probably 2 or 3 times a day from people. They're like, hey, so I'm only friends with you and this other person, but they friend requested me. And I'm like, you're good. They're good people. Like,
so I can't tell you how many people that are in this chat tonight that I have accepted theirs and followed them back because it's like you or Daryl or Richard Bates or somebody from Goonies world has already vetted them and they're like, oh, they already know. Oh, okay, cool.
Right.
It must be all right. They're in the family.
They must be all right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can come into my world.
I mean, we're all a little nutty.
Yes, 100%. A little. I take that one to the bank. A lot nutty. My brother, dude, thank you so much for coming on tonight, man. And
thanks for letting me eat sprees and drink Red Bull on your air. Appreciate it.
Anytime. And just being able to be like, you're here, now you're there. What state are you in now? What city are you in now? Like, I love it. So, dude, next Monday you have a free hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever.
Sweet.
Dude, you co-hosting my show. You're now my Monday guy. You're my Warrior Health co-host. Man, I got Daryl on Thursday nights. I got Murph on Fridays. So, and not to mention just get an opportunity to hang out and talk with you, man. I mean, this is all I can get. This is all I can get. But then also, man, I'm excited for New Year's even more now.
Me too. Also, just so you know, like, this is good for everybody. Like, it makes me feel good to do this and to talk about this stuff too. It's not just like, sharing for listen to my heartache and whatever. Like it whenever we talk about stuff and you ask questions or it gets me thinking or whatever, like it helps me. And sometimes it's a comment from like, Rain here. You guys feel like family. I love it. We feel like family, Rain. Sometimes it'll be a comment here of somebody which will get us going down a path or whatever, and it'll get me thinking about something that maybe I haven't already. And that, leads to some healing that maybe I wasn't able to do previously. So, thank you for the opportunity, and know that I'm here anytime because it's good for me to share too. And it's good for me to hear your stories and everybody else's. So, I mean, it's like a support group.
it seriously is. I remember when I first did I called it Level Up level up your mind. And because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Just somebody said, you got to do like a mental health podcast because of some of the things you were talking about on the No Fucking Filter. And I thought, well, okay, what can I do? They're like, I don't know, but like video game something. Everybody always thinks of me like they're like video. I'm like, all right, level up your mind. Like something sounds corny, but whatever, let's go with it. And it didn't really register until I realized like how many people were saying like, you I feel like you're a warrior for like what you're doing, or like then they say like I feel like you're fighting for me and you're protecting me. You're saying these things that I want to say and I can't say, so I feel like I can live it through you. And I'm just like warrior health. Like this is what we are. Like if you are not strong enough to fight for yourself, we will fight for you and with you. And if you are and you get to be strong enough, then just pay that forward and start helping the next person. Like let's just keep carrying each other. And then once I did 2 nights of this, it wasn't until I think yours and mine when you came on that I started the group, because everybody was like, man, you got to start a group, man, because I could sit there and listen to you guys talking, going back and forth and addressing people, and I'm like, done. That's what you need? Done. I'll do it. Like that doesn't mean anything. I've
been talking about doing one of those with a friend of mine as well, and we talked about it even earlier today. Obviously not copying what you do, but another version of the same thing, because he and I talk several times a week for several hours at a time, and I don't know what I would do without him in those talks. And it's the equivalent of what we're doing here. So we were for the the same way, like, oh geez, if our talks could help other people, and then other people's chiming in could help us, like that would be really good for everybody.
Yeah, and you get those comments, and then all of a sudden it's something that happens, like when Whitney said that about the light and your wife is here, you know what I'm saying?
Dude,
like
what the fuck? And it hasn't happened since.
And it was when we were talking about her, right? In that sense, like
it's just weird. It's weird.
Daryl
maintain, it's like an IKEA light. It's nothing fancy, you know what I mean?
I know, right? Like it's not like you're zapping it or something like that.
No, there is a switch, but it's on top of the light. You have to turn it like this.
So there ain't no way, exactly, right? Like that's happening for a reason. And like you said, man, that was happening when we were talking about her. We were talking about that journey. We were talking about those things, and that became the
Daryl's here. Hi,
the
Daryl.
energy. Yeah, Daryl's here probably after a 12-hour day at work too. Yeah, I talked to him earlier. He was struggling a little bit. Daryl doing a little partying last night, partying like he was in 1999, and now he has to work a 12-hour day after today. So this guy's probably gonna be crashing out. So I love you, Daryl, brother, and I can't wait to see you for a day or two in New Year's. He will be there too.
My friend who I'm staying with, his daughter, Coraline, he just sent this picture, and it's of me, him, and Nicole. I guess he came to visit LA at one point, but we are.
Oh my gosh, that is a great picture.
Must have been Christmas time, because you can see the Christmas decorations and stuff.
You said him in the front?
This is my buddy Steve, who's dad to Coraline. That's me up there, and then Nicole.
It's so funny because I just wanted you to point out you right there, because my gosh, he does not look like you. and that's not even that has nothing to do with any gray hairs or anything like that. That just has to do like young man.
Well, I mean, look how Nicole is physically fine in that picture. So it's obviously a long time ago. And there's a thing of cigarettes there. We were probably both smoking back then. She smoked a lot, and I would smoke sometimes.
You don't anymore, though, right?
No. Well, the weed every once in a while. But
that's whatever. I
have no idea when. Yeah, I never liked it in the first place. My dad died of lung cancer. I shouldn't be smoking.
I'm allergic to tobacco. I have been since I was a kid. I found out at a very young age in a very bad way. I suffocated when I tried to chew because my friends were like, have a little bit. I took a little tiny pinch, put it in, ended up getting a mouth infection. I was puking so hard that I tore my stomach lining, and my throat started to swell up to the size of a coffee straw. In that moment, you don't know what's going on, but then they realized that I was allergic to, because my fingers where I pinched to put it in were covered in like a rash and like bumps and everything like that. So
just from touching it.
Now, if somebody, when people do this with their chew and they go like this and then they wipe it on their jeans, you don't know that unless you see them. So if somebody shakes my hand like a man, I will get a rash, and I'll be like, you chew? And they're like, yeah. I go wash my hands because I get a fucking, it's horrible. It's horrible.
That's crazy. That's truly crazy.
Jennifer, thank you. Love this. I'm so glad I made it this Monday. I came in feeling kind of blah, but leaving happy. I feel like I just hung out with my favorite people for a week. Thank you guys for opening up. Thanks for the company. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. You saying that. Sorry. I stuttered on my words there for a second. And Marcel, thank you for making it in as well. You, Kelly, and everybody, Rain and Jennifer, and I'll
Marcel is
scroll
the
back up
Ghostbusters Ecto guy, right?
Yeah, the Goondocks
Okay.
Ecto 1.
Yeah, awesome.
We got some great pictures. I'd love to get Yellow Car in there too. Got some great pictures of Goondocks Ecto 1 with the Goonies truck, and then we had the Truffle Shuffle van from Dallas. It was cool. We got some great pictures.
Oh
of that
yeah,
at
well we
Halloween.
got to get Yellow Car in there.
Exactly, brother.
That was the funny thing when we were shooting down at the for the TV show down at the jail.
Yeah.
And because of where Yellow Car was parked, it was directly out of the shot. Like it was specifically right behind where the cameras were going to be always. And I knew that. That's why it was there. But it was close enough to the set where everyone just kind of thought it was a picture car. They're like, well, when are you going to, what's the Yellow Car for? When are they going to shoot with the Yellow Car?
And you're just like,
They're like, I don't get it. What's this for? When are they going to use it? What's the deal? They're like, no, it's just mine.
You're just like, right? Exactly. I love that.
Very
That's
funny.
hilarious. I loved being able to. So I got the same picture that you got with Yellow Car at the Goonies house. I positioned my truck up there. I brought my truck up there and took a picture right there.
Awesome.
But having my truck, that was one of my favorite things. I took a picture with just me. And then a lot of people knew. And I think Bayman saw it. And I was like, is this cool if I bring, and he was like, yeah, you're good. Right. And so I had my truck because Daryl and I were doing some work on the house. And so it was awesome to have my truck and to pan out and be like, here at the Goonies house, and then pan out and see my truck with flags and just sitting right there. I'm like, yeah. Like,
hilarious.
Say that. So before we get out of here, Kim reminded me too, don't forget the affirmation. And that's because we have some badass motherfucker affirmations. It is 60 days of bold, unapologetic, kick-ass energy to motivate and dominate, because weakness isn't a fucking option. Affirmation.
The guy I'm staying with from the picture a second ago, he has the Sam Jackson wallet from Pulp Fiction, the badass motherfucker.
Dude, I still have my poster from when that movie came out. It was one of those classic movie posters you got from like Suncoast. That is just him holding up the wall, and on the bottom says one badass motherfucker. So here, I'll read it when I put it up there. We have badass affirmation: excuses or results. You can't have both. Choose wisely, motherfucker.
Right.
Hell yeah, that's a good one. Excuses or results. You can't have both. Choose wisely, motherfucker. And every time, I know I say this the last 3 times, I will take these affirmations and I will put these on a post on the Warrior Health, and I'm going to pin it to the top, and I'm just going to keep adding each week's affirmations as we do. I know it says 60 days, but I love the idea of being able to do this and having people be a part of it with me and stuff like that. So I think this is awesome.
Definitely.
But hell yeah, brother, man, you have a safe travel in wherever you're traveling, and I'm gonna see you fucking soon, bro. And I'm gonna talk to you next week again. I'm so excited, bro. Like,
yeah,
I love
see you
it.
next Monday. I've got some pretty exciting places I'll be going that you'll be into,
dude. So please, but when we get on for next week, right? Please bring some pictures. We'll have you send me some stuff on Facebook, and that way I can put that on there too. Because guess what? If you're on your health journey and you're doing this for you, and I feel better and smile, and everybody else is in here talking with us and they feel great about it, then guess what? That's what this podcast is about.
It works.
We're accomplishing our goals then, right? So,
were you a Knight Rider guy growing up?
Yeah, I want to put Knight Rider on my truck in the front.
I remember you saying that. That's why I was asking. Okay, cool. Then I'm going to go to a really cool place I'll check in from.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the Hoff.
So that's the nice thing about doing a USA Grand Tour. Everything is accessible. Like when you live someplace, you're like, when am I going to go to Wichita? Like, oh, there's something interesting in Pittsburgh. When the hell am I going to be in Pittsburgh? Well, when you're driving around the country for like 2 months, you can go wherever the hell you want. Everything's around the corner. I don't care if it's 800 miles. I can get there in one day if I want to.
Exactly, right? Especially in Yellow Car. Are you kidding me?
Right. So
it's
awesome. Interesting that I'm able to do things in my own car because I can just drive there. That it's hard to describe, but it makes the entire country a small town. So like I'm gonna go do something that's Knight Rider related outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Should I just tell you? I can just tell you.
Just tell me.
There is a huge YouTube channel called Knight Rider Historians. These guys own 2 of the screen used kits from the original show. They were able to track down the semi from the show. They were able to track down the semi trailer from the show, 2 completely different places. They're restoring both to be exactly accurate to the show and everything. And they've got this workshop where they do all these videos in Pennsylvania. And I've been friends with the guy for a while because my partner also owns one of the screen used kits, the one that's down at the Marconi Museum. So like they've been giving me parts that are more accurate to go put on it, and you know what I mean, things like that. So
Yeah.
we've had a relationship for a little bit, but this is the first time I'm able to go visit them. So be visiting a couple screen used kits and the frickin' tractor trailer, which the inside is like done. It's like they're putting the furniture in, but it's insane. Spend some time.
That was
on
one
the
of my
YouTube
favorite
channel.
parts about that was that was
Driving into the truck. So they rebuilt the ramp. They reconstructed everything the same way it was in the show. And this trailer, by the way, had been used for years as like for a race team or something. So it had been completely modified. They had to gut it again, do all of the archaeology and figure out what goes where and how it all works and how they made it. They're interviewing people who worked at the original picture car houses and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm gonna go
that is
there.
incredible,
So
dude.
that'll be a cool one for people of our age.
You damn right, dude. I'm excited now. Now I'm even more excited for next Monday. Are you kidding me? This is gonna be freaking awesome.
So,
hell yeah.
I don't know when I'm doing that. I gotta, set it up with him. But in the next 2 weeks, I will be doing that.
Yeah,
and then also
awesome.
Martha's Vineyard for some Jaws locations.
Okay, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna fly out there. I'll rent a Harley and just friggin' oh god,
There's an empty chair if you want to use it.
You know what? I would love to just get somebody to sponsor me to just go do shit. Is that a thing? Can I just They'll be like, what's your plan? I'll be like, everything. 100% of everything. Just whatever, right? Like just I'll podcast, I'll blast whatever, I'll do live friggin' feeds and just have a friggin' blast. I don't know how to do all that, but
that's why we talked about Mobile One for a few minutes.
But you got a cool yellow car. I got a 2012 friggin' Goonies Dodge Ram. that doesn't do well in long drives.
That's going to be a problem.
Right, exactly. But no, definitely, man. I will definitely find my thing and be able to have some of these adventures. And man, I thank you for coming on, man. You just you reaffirm so much for me sometimes when I need it and I didn't know I needed it. And I appreciate you, brother. And I love you so much, man.
Couldn't be more mutual. I love you too, and I'm excited that I've made it to cast now. We used to be guest, and now I'm a official
now you're
cast member.
Dude, and I told 3 people, I think, because of one of the podcasts when you said, "Hey, you should come host my show and I'll host your show," you know, type of thing.
That'd be fun.
I told 3 people, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make that happen. I'm gonna fly down to Jay and stay for like a couple of days, and then or drive, right, or ride my Harley. Actually, that'd be a great thing to do too.
There you go.
Ride my Harley down, right, and then just be able to sit at the desk, host a show, and then friggin' I'll bring a couple things from behind. No, not really, but you know what I'm saying. Like just have a blast, just doing that, just being a part of your world and stuff, man. See your dining room, living room.
It's the dining room, yeah. It's
dining
crazy.
room. That's where this is. And when you told me that, I was like, I'm moving from my closet to the dining room. I've made it to the big time.
It was COVID, man. Everybody did it, and we just kept it.
That's awesome. I love it, brother. Awesome.
Anyway, I love you. I love everybody who tuned in tonight. Thank you so much. I feel like, there was only a couple names I didn't know. Everyone else, I feel like I know you personally. So super cool. Thanks for having me. It's so great. Hell, dude, anytime. And dude, I appreciate you coming on, brother. So, hey, you have a good rest of your night because I know it's a little bit later there. So get some rest. And I can't wait for the adventures next week. Awesome. Love everybody. Have a great night. You too, brother. If you're hearing this right now, you need to message me the number 33 in the next minute and a half.